Then another issue, no, I mean, you know, it reminds me of an enemy catcher MPP for us. Na mama soja fomro, mama soja fomro, mama soja fomro, mama soja fomro. Obi amuya, president amuya, vice president amuya, national security amuya, IGP amuya, minister for interior. Wama amuya. Mo sorry amona mo koba. Media na kenkani o. Media na kenkani. Enti me kenkani ya me hu ne ekoso wiase ba bia. Ena me tia na me ka to se chema me te se ku aba Kenya enye me hu. Don't doubt it. Some tia na me ka to se very soon there will be a serious uprising in Togo. Don't doubt it. Because there's the possibility say in the near future there may be a coup in Cameroon and there may coup in Uganda. Don't challenge it. Don't doubt it. Why? Because I follow what is happening. The country has 2027 elections in Nigeria. Enough for the country Nigeria. Enough for it will be bloody and there will be more deaths in Nigeria. Because now the Nigerians are not comfortable with APC. And the APC also thinks that, as I said, I'm winning. Because Tinubu himself is all winning. And the opposition parties are joining forces. And members of the APC in the brain are disenchanted. No wonder the chairman of the national ruling party, APC, Ganduji, has resigned. Ganduji has resigned. Now he's a board member of the Federal Territory. And you think this is a small thing. When you follow issues going on, you say, Nigeria, and that's why follow what is happening in Nigeria. So for me, I'm not surprised that the Ibo king in Accra is saying, say, Obaji 50 acre land and now 50 acre land. Because if you can look ahead, you can say, 2027 elections, it will not go well for Nigeria. Then after the elections, there's the possibility, say, BBC Nigeria. That possibility should not be ruled out at all. A country will civil war because elections in the be dissatisfied. This time it will not be the Igbos alone. Other tribes also may decide no. Because even Lord Logan said it in 1919 when they were preparing the Lord Logan, the federal agreement. Lord Logan says, oh yeah, now Nigeria mini well baked because tribal sentiments in your high. Into name a many and well baked. And that Lord Logan said that he had a premonition. Said by 100 years, Nigeria be papai. Nigeria be papai. So when the NSAS issue started, some of us will say, yeah, Lord Logan said no kind never. And it is possible it will happen. So, I mean, we need to, because of Munye, Mumasoja Funko, Mumasoja Funko, Mumasoja Funko, Mumasoja Funko, Baby di matem. Like in Cruphobia, Okoka Wabaka Sabari, Niti Kutu, Niti Passe, Niti Tantani, and then walk away. Wajim, Beframakom, Oda Debiada, Beframakom, Befrabum, Befribanchi, Befrukadum. And when we hear these comments, Bibi said, oh, don't respond. Don't respond. So I foresaw these things and I told the ruling party on our own way. Because you see, if you look at the issues very well, NDC activists started attacking EC officials in 2024. After or soon after Dr. Baumia had conceded defeat. So we monitor well. And if you are a very good observer, then they use that opportunity to attack. So most of the polling centers and the collation centers now attacking by India. But brain post Dr. Baumia's pronouncement. And of course that is true. Just look at that seriously. But you not blame Dr. Baumia also. So your for nkasani nyina. And this advice I gave, and they didn't take. In 2008, I gave the same advice. 2008, I was the Minister of State at the Interior Ministry. I gave the same advice. Wamoko meeting, no wamoya lessons. I didn't join again. Because I said, oh, where be see? Niesi Adlekuma, Niesi 204, ABC 208. ABC 208 elections. The same thing is here. But not two wamofa. Because some of us, well, we are not benefiting from the establishment. Or we didn't benefit from the establishment. Utu befuamfa. The benye is kebebre. Besisi adani, batutu adani, beweja padie. So they don't care. Well, what has happened now? Krobehu, bahabehu, na nyomi asobete na kankani. So you see, you kasa, you mubi no enyankopon achadi o. Te say abosom ni bi enyankopon achade. Asofo bi no ye enyankopon achade. Akonfo bi no ye enyankopon achade. Imam fo bi no ye enyankopon achade. Dunsifo bi no ye enyankopon achade. Ye mubi no say enyankopon achade. Yamfa na sase so ha. Ye difrasa mando ne bae. Enti sem ka se hwa ha iwe ya in politics. Eso team. Uti omofo bebra. Talking about the incident that Blekuma also brings to bear the macho men. You know, when MPP into 2014, 2015, 2016, we relied Yajina invisible so in the task force for power. Any Bolga Bulldogs. Look, so even MPP for Krabakaya after 2009. Me ya call rally the programs na de nyina na yam kasa for police protection. We were using our voice. So you realize that after 2008 elections, we entered 2009, 2010. Bolga Bulldogs and Quade no woman. I'm for the brain that's why we were using them. You call FM stations, are kasa. Na yesura no afre ye ma prosifo ye pa boys ni bi boys no boasa we came to power 2016 what about power 2016 boys no boy if you go to the MPP headquarters boys ni bi mega the MPP headquarters sa boys no then you got power mona ya krachifo say ya law na ya pass and I spoke again me say look nsa aboawa ma ya die nsa ni hye wonu ma yempa na pampas you oh and democracy na be gina parliament be ka be bro fat tentene Mr. Speaker rest and I want them advise them say look we are in Africa the mass system has survived up to today because they make sure say security trustworthy people. Museveni has survived up to today because security, trustworthy people. Pobia has survived up to today. Pobia is number 94. Security, trustworthy. All over Africa, you don't underrate security with trustworthy people. You go back to Kwame Nkrumah. Security, no one packing palm of trustworthy people. But other to go back to Kofi Buzia. Security, trustworthy, pepam. So because mu yellow abane Delta Force and invincible ne bolgabu anya etia. Akwa we dey jim dodo. Obribo we dey other thing na jim say. Yeah, mra bia there na miama no. Then you pass the law. It didn't stop be more dangerous. And near hard gonna say those who benefited from the MPP. Those who enjoyed materially and financially from the MPP. And now they have taken the backstage. They have taken the backstage. And those who didn't benefit now at the center stage. So we are making what here? Fakwa green. And then data force for an invincible for no Obiri Boahen. I didn't hear. Just as Bulgar Bulldog, or Dynamo, Delta Force, Invincible. I don't know myself. I didn't hear. Because I recognize them that as my brothers. We are brothers. One love. Until me know nante, me know didi party quarters, me know to sadidi, me know to watch didi, me know generating como, me know that is how life should be. I want kuntain, Mr. Speaker, you want to pass a law to ban that number banning. Oh, in terms of kitty kitty, our young NDC. Go and check the records in 1992. Go and check the record in 1996. Go and check that record. Wulensi, Talensi, Atiwa, all the by-elections we've done. Even in 2008, when MPP was in power, 2008, when MPP was in power, they say 10 by-elections. And this is for the warriors if Burkina Faso in the by. The Azoka boys, the Bokuba, they brought them from. If you know history, you not underrate the NDC, the capability of organizing and getting boys to strike and strike to their satisfaction. What you say? Mono ma yisika kura ase sika no bi amfamfa a boku boys ni mumpa infam people for be the go and check what happened Ayawaso West Wagon elections. Ayawaso West Wagon to abawian a committee yet committee and anti committee yet committee. Why did the NEC appoint a committee? Why? Ayawaso West Wagon when them people was in power. None people were not satisfied with the span. One committee. A committee was formed. What happened? Monte, say woman first come maybe no from ran, woman first cananko. Uncle Dimin bottom. Uncle Dimin to bottom. Oh, baby, I'm on Vesa Moka. I have you. Me Obiri Boahen, if I want to play a serious middle role politics, I would. But I've decided for some reasons. Let me stay back. But throw my support to whoever becomes the leaders of the MPP. So in terms of mobilization, NDC 92, hey, na ye could be prekono in 1995 no. Kumi preku we be preku se be preko. Those days no. Come on. NDC 40 mobilize pa. Yes, so your support to pa. We didn't depend upon baby bia no original capital na tamale nyina yetim koye. Ho nyina ye koye, ho aye NDC strong dia koye. We didn't use police. Atiase. So atana MPP people were committed to the cause of the party. But the dinya person kumnya nanti twitwa dufu depe. Na MPP nya power mprenu. Oba 2000 to 2008, 2017 to 2024 no amount for bomb. Of course they are right. Of course they are right. They are human beings. And I'm the memoir na ya pack nyama na ya sura na okwa ejame. Da bia na ya kwa ejame na kese obi de So please, my brothers and sisters, I don't think there is any justification for what happened in Ayawaso. We should condemn the NDC activists and their supporters and what they did. So also, I'm happy that Professor Nana Jane has condemned it. But I'm saying that this is a rehearsal. And I'm saying, say, you move him the Ebia Dachi MPP Baba Power, but there should be a lesson for the new patriotic party. There should be a lesson for the new patriotic party. Mamutia Muntia Niye, 92 na mekahu, 96 na mekahu, 2000 mekahu, 2008 mekahu, 2024 mekahu, 2025 mekahu. Many me to mufo, Muramunfa Munti. Baba ye come no they don't care whether MPP will collapse or MPP will not collapse. Wamunfa hon better buy ye. So that is the lesson I am giving. Possibly let me talk about the Ibo incident. Then before I run up. Ibo for them. Superficially, On paper, I mean, from Sony to say Ibo for abeti omuku ewo Ghana because ya wo ukonkran ubenya fanti fuku, asante fuku, abron fuku, kusasi fuku, basar fuku, mampushi fuku, uba kumasi ya ubenya wangara line, uko tamale, uko techimaya, ubenya fanti fuku, ubenya hanta fuku, so all over abruchire, asante fuku, is there all over the world. Asante fuku, umbedi akwesi there. I think in August and then or September in the UK. It's everywhere. Ayi for the bugum. The gumba for the bugum. Our butchery and so. But no, Nyama we na have been say o maji 50-acre land. Now o mo be sisi adan. And there in terms of security is dangerous. Because on the team say aprosan bi to aso adu. You think to aso aduasa. Ti so say aprosan to aso adu no. Ana aduasa. 50-acre land will give you 200 building plots. And 200 building plots, that's a Babibia, Abrasa, do not do the calculation. I said, the better when we 10,000. So when you have Igbos clustered together within an area, you know, about 10,000, it's dangerous. It poses as a security threat for a country. Every country, whether you are going to bring Jew for say about 50-acre land, I will not support it. Arabs, kase yene wo sika wo wiase. Ye beji 50-acre land near builder. I will not support it in Ghana here. It's risky. O kase they say gonja for e beji 50-acre land one kind. I will not support it. Sana o kase asante for e beji 50-acre land e one kind. I will not support it. It will, you need to be very careful. It will pose a security threat to the community, to the society, and to the country. So that is where I have my beef. Exactly. Then as a lawyer, I can also say, look, usi wenya assassin, ukutalis, I say 50-acre land, nam senior assassin so correct. And I have an out crying for Tamu, ubenya assassin 50-acre land, 50. Because as I said, there is to fracture title holders in the brainer aware. Say, why you lease? And your hand on a lease amount. And or hand on the Lands Commission for Nasan sign. Into why you ready no? Confirm or honorable. So speaking even as a lawyer, I can tell you, say, who could tell lease? So today, boss, I'm also advising them, say, Mama, because with my experience as a lawyer, 50 acres, 50-acre land, go there. There's no chief in Ghana, Obama, about 30 or 40 acres. There is a fractural title owners, no, and Tiasia. No chief in Ghana. No chief, whether it's a chief or a king, it can be possible. Whether it's a chief or a king. Me, I can't see one Tamale High Court and Chebia. Gambaga no be wo ne cashew a fool. Now the NDC government purported to have acquired that land. Now Mka said that was the NDC before 2016, 17. I think that this happened around 2014. No mko twa cashew duguye. No mko say omo witchcraft village. And you know, if you go to the northeast region, land in law and by constitution is owned by the occupant of the skin. So we went to court. Argument Omonodeba said the land is occupied by the land is the occupant of the skin who holds the allodial title. Like I say, yes, we agree, but we are fractural title holders. After say a cashew, very big land. So it became a legal issue. We went to court. We discussed it. We debated. We interrogated. Actually, I won. And any bear one month. I won the case at the Tamale High Court. I won the case at the Tamale High Court. Because the law is that the fact that Ohino the assassin amount and Chelsea assassin Yaodia and our listen. Okay. Lawyer Ben can't assassin natural. Lawyer Ben tell the lawyers that you should go and read a lot about his conveyance practice. The fact that you have a lease, the fact that the lease has been signed by the chief, and just conclusive, say assassin Yaodia. Obeko no be a kura ho, obeko no be a fu ho, obeko no be pata ho, obeko no be atianfu, obeko no be koko, obeko no be a bro, obeko no be banchi, obeko no be a bokofi. Na baka koto ni pakro ho. Bibi bia nyina chi kura no, make us 50 Canadian maibo for it poses a security threat. Even confirm ho, so mo kwa kusita ko, wa ba betu piga. Hamonyomo or betu piga, obeto samia. So this is the advice I'm also giving to the Igbos. So they should tread cautiously. They should tread cautiously. As a plan, I'm catcher. But I don't think that in Caribbean, Nigeria, yes, I Santa for, I say in crime for, even gas, the Gamashi people, or Mutrezi, or ancestral background from the Nigeria. No crowd between 50-acre land. Say, I heard the necessary. So, well, that is what I let's stop attacking and insulting each other. And I Ibo 40 say, and Ankara 40 say, na say, yeah, have one cabin for assassin and my Ibo phone. Let's stop that. And moi, and the other said, go pram no, or more Ibo phone, or Bema or Macon for fun. It's not a matter for to be fanning trouble and please, 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 please. Let's stop that. We are matured, you know. We are matured enough. Namunya Tamale Diana Tamale High Court. I won the case. And damages be millions per. We are yeah, pursue. Because that is the law. Say Nairi assign a diamay. And here they farm. Yet they Chawatianagu. Yet they and no, a lawyer was making this argument in court. A lawyer was making this argument in court. A lawyer ni pa. Now make his argument to me. And he lost. And I won. I won that case. So please, that is enough on this Ibo matter. I think Makan by elections. Makan be. Lastly, Mede Aidiano Beba PSG and Chelsea. Okay, so we make a prediction. They have interview. Never cancel born a befe. Born over there because PSG versus Madrid. No, at the time of PSG, she 2 crown. Mem say Madrid better. But I realize PSG was Real Madrid was Atletico Madrid. Why should team so that can follow me? So then Chelsea is also trying to find. Now Chelsea has done well. Oh yeah, I'm starting league in the last year. 10, 15 matches in Chelsea who read them now. They're getting to later parts of the season. Chelsea who read them. It will be a very nice match, you know. But guys have been predicted and I know PSG Madrid and predicted. The FS are non I'm told that Donald Trump will be at the stadium this evening. It's a very good news. It's a very good news for organizers. So what you move Almighty Donald Trump now all pack Akoshibino. It's about once again over near Kosovo now this a Kofi Adams about Kumasi Baba Yarasa or Bear renovation. Esre Shania Kosovo baby. Shania Kosovo Africa. Baby bebre private. And Kababa Yara Stadium a private company be there running. Private company. Not running. Not the end in Yama be. But in Africa, the African politicians, Ghanaian politicians, are not private. Because I almost better when you're trouble. I don't know Queen in Africa. Illegal acquisition of wealth. Illegal. And Kofi Adams, I'm not Kofi Adams about renovation. Omo issue be 1 million Ghana year renovation. We tell you omega say about 12 million. Achia. Mrechia. Sikadie sikawia kronogo Africa. Sikadie sike. So MPP be renovation we can born chirewa. Not do say guti. And this person on be renovation. Ya can born chirewa. Not do say guti. Over Casa of Obiri Boahen Pekasa. Oh, Pekasa. Eh? Me conclude no me no me way in Mama National Cathedral. No. Because I raised a pertinent issue about the National Cathedral. So me nye afam da na base no na me kiro. Be mera yemfa taxpayers money emfa nye cathedral. That was my argument and that has been my argument. That was my argument and that has been my argument. Don't use taxpayers money. Because even if you go to Israel, if you go to so many countries, tourist centers na private kind. So if you want to put up cathedral, but private be me joining. And a former private sector be na onye. So if Akufo-Addo, President Akufo-Addo, I say or ye private, or the Abanisika na ye National Cathedral. And I took him on. And I chastised him. I took him on. I chastised him. Now, President Mahama Abano saw the Bay Museum. And also, I will take him on. It's common sense. National Cathedral, taxpayers' money, no, the Bay. Metanodo. I took him on. I chastised him. President Mahama Bayanga, because I said you're the basic clinic or hospital. Clinic or hospital. Also, me the Bay Museum. They are there now, assassin. Bibian Sambi. What's the man? A catch for him, rubber for a woman African leaders. Bakoda Cathedral or the taxpayers' money. I took it on. Bakwamba in so be change. Hello, me the Bay Museum. Oh, boy, and you're the same brofia. And you're the same at the Korea. So it tells you that there's something wrong with us in Africa, south of the Sahara. With due respect, sometimes a good number of political characters or political actors, they don't have vision. One person says, "Me the cathedral with taxpayers' money." I took him on. I chastised him. I said, "No way, you are not helping the country." From a private person, but for about why campaign. Na sika sai na mawia sika na mwadi sika na cathedral amanfo ato amano ono so by all me the Bay Museum. It doesn't make sense. And the same companies ano omoya a museum no omo na be ya omoya cathedral omo na be museum. Me kasa me kan kire mo a na ye discuss ya o we aba ho. What is happening in Africa? Davi. Is it 2 million na ma wo mo yesa na say 2 million na ye wo mo da na mo say private participation. O call France. O call Roman for ni si wo cathedral na. What is say o de abandon this? So that is Africa. It's Adiache. So aveda na kasi da dama ya wakati yawo. Only akatia was so akatia no was access. But you are mismanaging and you are mishandling the resources of the country. You are mismanaging and you are mishandling the resources of the country. I was thinking, President Mahama, but I said a private company be no cathedral assassin no magic. No nye train from Accra to Kumasi. Nini pa bebre nye train fast. I no nye train from Accra to Aflawu. I no nye train from Accra to Takoradi. Huh? So you look at that, as I said. So it's so ridiculous and so lovable. So ridiculous, so lovable. I'll continue to educate people. Nana Obiri Boahen, lawyer Nana Obiri Boahen TV, lawyer Nana Obiri Boahen TikTok, lawyer Nana Obiri Boahen what have you? Facebook, Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, WhatsApp, everywhere you get it. Let's continue. Now, to say that I have my reservation because some people for the call and can what the feed and until next week. In fact, I don't think so. Mubenyamia bia and then now treat me na mubenyamo. Mechia will be keep sharing, but please don't insult. Munsuya Ghana bakosem no, munsuya na muntie, na munsuya bakosem no na munya he. Society baby do know it's not that. Let's be matured enough and civil with our presentation and our arguments. And we should stop kindergarten behavior. And you know, I did say one man quite sorry a motive me who said, what ye about Jumba. And why would hear me won't to me to say, Nyansa Nikas. That's the way I go about this. But I must say, Mechia will be 2024 crown the core and of the bed. No, it's very good. Amount for penasem. So now current ma uncle to gap no at say that chassis. So I mean sabi can fetch you sabi. Common sense is since 1992 Chasa Kamba na badia. Next time people remember 2017. I don't know when Chasa Kamba the MC. And look at the geopolitics in Kintampo. Wangara Mo, Nkranza, Dagati, Fulani. You know, NDC constituency chairman from Kintampo, Dagatini. And most of the constituency executives in Nano, Nkranza for. And they are more position to get, and to be able to say Kintampo North and Kintampo South. For the MPP, so big just says city, no, a free NDC term. But we get back on, nice and MPP was pound. Obebre. These are the dynamics on the ground. And your baby has MPP. Mode, honey. Where dynamics in the what Raman can I show her? Now walk Kowachi, Kodu, Poku Krom at the Jamanoma. Among for the brother from non accounts, the brother from. And those who call delegation. Obeto di bekwa ko to delegation, obeto TV, obeto fridge, obeto ntomo, obeto mpaboamabo. But the do general elections, sir, you will suffer.
Well, young quite. Now, you could show 1D, 1F.
Once I gave me disappointment in the NDC.
And I'm a pretty disappointment. Disappointment,
I know them. No, you see,
you are disappointed.
Yeah, because you see, me no me no asabi you.
It's a disappointment.
Yeah, too Canada no. Ultimately said the private sector no. And
The movie.
whether Canada, whether America, whether USA, whether Germany, whether it is the private sector. And Ghana suffer when Dr. Nkrumah started with his policies, now state policy, state housing, state agric, food distribution company, state way. Because state way, so if you look at the 1966, the Apollo Commission's report, very well. Utimu say any advisable says state ever interfere with Nyaman Bibre, except baby create to say the electricity, water, and the but I no crampon. So from 1966 report to Nabam, say my neighbor from here, Nankadema private participation. And Kadia Dena it because I never ball Kura yes Sakurano, Yadama private companies. Tiafidani Bibre, Yadama private companies. So you cannot tell me, say electricity, say water, private thing. Now, I'm people for the bed, and I have brilliant here. Mamma, typical example. Baby, I mean, who cram whom you didn't, oh, singing. And then because you didn't benefit 1D, 1F, no. And then you didn't, Yagale, no, was silly. No, they call Nigeria. Packaging, identity articulators there 10.
Wow.
Me ka bibiana. Uko sunyanya. Akrachi from a bebre no ka yidenta. But bebre no ka chanso CMTC.
Okay.
CMTC channel. Better factory bi wo ho. Abaka say better factory bi wo ho. Onim say the iden. But those of us who can read and write, who share how successful are within Yident across because of 1D, 1F. Central region, I be now drinking, no.
Yeah,
Juice, no. A confused. And now you live in Ghana, cocoa processing companies heavily indebted. Extremely indebted. I've once been a board chairman. No, when you are crying, me clamosa, na mountain company. Cocoa processing company, as you are talking now, is heavily indebted. Or should I done a crime commerce here? If you're serious as a country, negotiate. Let private company talk. Non producing the cocoa, chocolate, you know. But you have a country. Cocoa board to cocoa, no, I got the cocoa board the car. Then I catch you for the most would do for the I catch you for cocoa, so I better cotton. But you call KJT, my maybe I told you so could be for more than 20 years.
Or more
car.
Or your
Hannibal University. What I say? Oko Dumasi Joma. Mamina ton Punam. Oko Sunania. Mamina ton Kobi Sawakofan Yegisa since the 1980s. Wafa Kobi Nisa Atonabatan Sifia Hannibal University or Moka. Koko Abaton MPP Tama Waboka. And this Tama Waboka. Being Yankudron country, say, Yantimi, we cannot accommodate and tolerate 77. This is nonsense. You know, so Cocobot and can say by now, no, it should be in the private hands. PBC, call it PBC, no crime shall go. PBC, call it M shall go. Yeah, they are two stock exchange. PBC, yeah, creative, yeah. PBC, I don't know if I be bringing in a cooperative for Adani. So, if you are talking about a 24-hour economy, yes, your power man kosoro. Now, I my private sector na kosoro no. I one district, one factory. I one district, one factory. Now, what you mean? You could say yes, Abba. But 4 billion na Guzitano say open for one the 24 economy no. With due respect, does it make sense?
How does it make sense?
Now you're looking for 4 billion to run the secretariat, the staff, and other initiatives of the same 24-hour economy. Does it make sense? Operation making sense. You don't know all factory now, you know. Or yeah, Juma 24 hours because demand no they call Nigeria no. Demand no they call Togo ni Benin no. They here nti mfidie ni so ka ni binu maponko. So when you're talking about 24-hour economy, sometimes the ambitions are catching for evening from say now when betting who man who betting who how do you talk of 24-hour economy? When I say madam for our Belgium watching about or Marco Bon to Mpasetia filling station be how do you run 24-hour economy in such a situation? Wouldn't me? But I wish I saw some year came war. I'm going to run about it. Over to my run it because you will chrome. You can run it. And to our Guinea, Juma Kran, who look at 24-hour economy now. Who said, what in your one now, 24-hour economy, are you operational? The system, never my 24-hour economy, no, are you operational? And then the system. And to much your blueprint, I catch you. Ghana catch you from about for them, she can chronompo, upon now Ethiopian ideas. Ethiopian 24-hour economy, the t-shirt and about printing. Go and send this son to the Marines. Anyone now because 24 hour we free the same when chi na be so ko new logo a udro when chi station eye wa kwan eye hamle kwan when chi station anadwo don kokoro be dro ni bi be ton pan no eye 24-hour economy because demand no enaye ukota chiman town nipa no bebre na ewo station ho yeah because the chiman no so free wow so free tamalo obesi wa binuma fa ka ekosunyane nya wo na obeka se yenye 24-hour economy system ya 24-hour economy but you cannot operate 24-hour economy wo manchi ya woda dwom ho you cannot operate 24-hour economy wo sunyane ukwera dwom ho because it's common sense ukwera dwom we aba no nso no nwotwe kura ba eko base kura ba aje ho afa na grana akrache for sika die sika wiya kro no bo 24-hour economy so wo metwa mu no the engine of growth no private sector no abawie so we are dynamic economy electricity company deka cocoa board edeka PBC edeka mana de bia na neka but that how to run a country about from PP and NDC na obi enya kokodro no obi enya hoodene no to be bold enough to be talking like how Obiri Boahen am talking to be talking like how I make us say why 24-hour economy biara baby on my job ba o ka so we 24-hour economy a obetimi aye because keba akra ko aya VIP station ho no 24-hour economy obetimi aye ho 24-hour economy obetimi boy achima boaje hoyi 2M Express 24-hour economy obetimi aye they cannot run 24-hour economy in Doma Hinkro you cannot run 24-hour economy in Sampa because of about no nsia no so no no cannot if come Doma wuntimi go 24-hour economy na awo running Doma no no twe no nkru no bi akoda uti hu kura po wo ya kura usro si am Roberts beba so it's the situation the environment and the system now the obana se wunya amanfo mayen kasa enkiremu empe stakeholders empe agene na guzita na kojina akokasa am say eventually mo 24-hour economy meanwhile electricity of company the car na abanama subvention Ghana water company the car abanama subvention PBC the car cocoa board the car adan na man no mo sa na ye man sika no so munya bia mo say abanu ye market abanu ye we or the private person because abanu paying for person kwekwe ho we kwekwe ho that is that how to run a country in Africa ya kawuram because of bad leadership away for Africa our leaders are not God fearing except cause of brutality baby and then there's competition then electricity subvention way subvention Great power authority generate adwuma nya sika me ya ba 3 cases for ahemfo compensation wo muntu akapre wo de kokoto a na case bebre no na great power authority wo ma wo wesa means na de wo wesa means ko ba na wo ma hene bia ne wo nya kapre aba wo ka se da bia bibifo ya gimia ya wa kurase ya gimia mra da kro nipa na ni batio I am not preaching violence, but I'm being truthful. Until Yanyama Bebre, so 1D, 1F, or more Tremuno, and Professor Coco as an article that tracks ya. Also, you see the year, and you're gonna the year.
20 minutes after 8, I want to me 1013. Want to me radio Sunni, and I want to me TV. Lawyer Nana Obiri Boahen. I'm not saying this is the state of Ghana. Every Saturday morning, 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. Yes, sorry, yeah. Now, want to me nationwide sports no abba. You didn't come out at the afar Ghana's ascension ewo
Oza no cross am refie. One gay phobia no be ban.
Coffee one or Independence Square.
So let's be very honest to ourselves. What would tell me? Say ya people for pencil, nana na kufa do war power. Na gay from you coffee or manwa. And Kagana dey na si ba now.
Okay, the idea no home come just gone by 1D 1F cancellation trade minister the to Mashoja Fuenim and Yabo home come national Thanksgiving and the National Cathedral and so Yabo home come next on the discussion table no Yanko engineers and planners NFA Azuma resources black voter gold bed worth 52 trillion Ghana cities 1.4 million ounces gold deposit won't come out any April 24th April 14th and ora at force in board of governors Emma ECOWAS Bank and what granted $100 million facility Ediama ENP say Omufa enquire this black water gold bed project no Azuma resources for say Omaja Padieno Omunna ma ENP for no and they were shocked say Omu that celebration ne memorandum of understanding I yes sign the contractual one when the cameras is so na Minister of Lands and Natural Resources declared as almost 7 days. It should resolve their disagreement or he steps in. Lawyer Nana Obiri.
We see, Ibrahim is a friend. But let me very on as a friend, Minkona Jumuda, also Mama Jumuda. Minkoni Fieda. Oh, Saminishia. Ono ye obi a tafa plane pa nti airport on fie menkon office menkon ono so ma me fie but one Ibrahim Mahama hia na one no kasa the demeanor and the body language I feel comfortable you what I say whether it's MPP in power or NDC me no kasa to say yonko adamfo and we discuss issues you know nti adamfo fa no airport once a while when we meet at the airport as the community can do a madam for me con office in that men con feel that was in the airport in here. So maybe people should not look at it say, oh, you are defending Ibrahim Mahama. But you know, I want to be fair in this. Then we need to be fair. Engineers and planners is a legal entity. Ibrahim Mahama is a legal entity. But Niyama abani nyina ne kasa abani nyina President Mahama ne NDC for na masansim we nyina abba ni abani nyina even to President Mahama and other politicians in Africa say semre bia ma okasa na ma okan bibia munya daje you don't play to the gallery benkum nifa enya Anonymous, and Kaway, what is the, with due respect, what is the big deal about this? Why? Subjona, as a Ghanaian, has a mining firm in South Africa. You know, you will be brave. I know of MPP Nipa Nibia, or mining company in Guinea. You know, a bishop, or your Juma or Mali. So your own mining firms, left, right, and center. And I say, even a Ghanaian own grandpa. Now, in some NDC for no kind, you know, no NDC for the rabble rushes. And so when the opportunity comes, people will pay you in the same coin. In the Japadia, ne beton Ghana, ne betona matching for, natching for pesika, na by a champon, plus auto hosted hotels me. And there we go again. Yeah, yawo, I can't fuck you for. Yamin Tiabeka, beton in Yama. one can say a chimney president Nikoni Ecopato. I can phone Yamin Piabeka, but to Tony Man being communified. Koye campaign ya and people use all these things, including Okuja Tablakwa. And people stood firm. Maybe can say, look, that's our company, no, our position to peer. But I champion bought Catherine West House for $4 million US. No, yeah, $3 million. At the hotel pen, and now cast a war tongue. Now, Brachampo Castle Tonto. But you know, a state hotels, a tongue, a could find the president. Brachampo Yakani, Kwani. Oh, California come for the year, ready. And the same scenario, if you look at the and engineers and planners response no one with the bar delegate second page, you know. Okay, I think so. Oh, that's any engineers and planners in near bonnet.
It's now from Swabena, Hanson Mining, 2013 over here.
What was your Miami Sassy?
To me, Hanson Mining,
what was your Miami Sassy?
Basing there.
Maintain any gratification by the NDC. In Fidian crab, a shell no cry and pony. Wamuntiaka.
Emma and Ne, Ibrahim Mahama. It me the doing to be home. Despite air launching an automobile museum, no, which now said this is real money, when there's excavators. To that extent.
Yeah. So the President Mahama and NDC for no problems now more create.
What was the justification?
There's no justification.
And today power changes. What's all the quantum mining so? Nippon was what revoking the license, no. What's also on the illegal mining.
And you know, if the man is in the forest,
someone tell me, sir, engineers and brothers, oh my, so
because even if the man is in the forest, take note that there's LI 2462.
A permitted mining in forest. And there is evidence, man, I know for a fact, when they went to a contaminated site, almost drone a quarry. And to mutual video, it captured about 18,000 coconut trees won't to near the site so because they captured won't to be show.
So you see the kind of problem we are facing.
Come be a yet no was so. And no reclaim land, no, Edian Kubene and Mara.
You see the problem we are facing in this country. And you know, they know has ethnocentric politics. Ethnocentric politics. And now Asankra can say, oh, so when you crowd, you say on the own piece can find your share. And say, when you know piece can your share, you know what fascinating. So the problem my friend Ibrahim is going through. And this for any new John Mahama. No one criticize our problems in and then I was expecting President Mahama because oh, I am sorry for me be Amekai. I am sorry for me be Amiye. Just expecting him to say I am sorry. Look at the response, and you see so engineers and planners here a mining company or more a year. Now even one more case now we breach the crown. I'm told sir there's a halt. So it means that it looks like so if Ibrahim's company, engineers and planners, own assassin Kessia, Zikako Kessia, you say Ibrahim no crano, why a bonny? But problem now abandoning enough President Mahama and his NDC and their communicators.
The Minister of Lands and acknowledge there is a fee between engineers and planners and Azuma. I also must settle and Sana Sad take over na Yedma.
It means they didn't do serious homework. Because the minister knew a serious homework now. In case all my almost settled we and Sana Modi a union. I said, Moya no fee. Why wouldn't person mention them? I said, Moya no fee. It means there's something hanging on now. Or some mama woman. Minister, in what capacity are the dates Nabiama? Problem na ye wo problem no so. And no it's apart from intellectual problem no ethnocentric politics. ethnocentric politics. Because that perception, wrong perception. Say a bit free ethnic group will be there. Say your town state property a manwa and yet a bit there free another ethnic group there on the onya eh. And it is a serious thing for us. And both the MPP and the NDC, our parliamentarians, our and we say, Yanume, Yanam, baby be atro. Say, a bit more recommended a young town state hotels in the Mapra and Champo. Young corner man from Kobe, the non near house with the Anton Manua. No, could you tell them by a press conference or press conferences? Now say, I got on that mine, ama engineers and planners, and I say, Azuma, yeah, the engineers planners. Could you tell black one of me? Some job, one mama's a problem number. Most of my in India for a crutch for. So you should have not been involved in this kind of Paleolithic age politics. Yeah, the problem we are facing in this country now. I remember in 1992. I remember in 1992.
I come the bedroom and no. Say in fear now, say in fear what you. No bonfire say, advices I ever do, ever told. What you are going through, you also do same.
I remember in 1992, no jam series been a binuya. I couldn't have a from 1992 was Jerry Rollins. Nana, yeah, also one of the respected characters are on the power mass and pound. Now, Ofri a great antino. I couldn't have a from GMI, and it looks like I couldn't have a him for now a man Yamodia a MPP for. But that was wrong. Said comments. That was wrong. Because even before Ashanti became protectorate, now Angola was part. Angola cried any abrofunu din sawosokra. So who can say a binumi a hohoa? In the legal sense, Angola is no part of parcel of Ghana, Gold Coast, and San Ashanti. We are not helping this country. We are not helping this country. President Mahama, when you get here, sir, anytime a lot of the Ghanaian youth or motis a BBC Burkina, no money again. And why? And do you think that we should go to that era? No. But the man Maya Nomati Burkina Ibrahim Traore woman yakin say, Womushania Ibrahim Traore no. Oh yeah. Opa Mayanka said Jordan, yeah, didn't tell you demonstration for Ibrahim Traore supporting Kumasi. Ubanya nipa pipa. President Mahama, who security advisors, who legal advisors, who political advisors, were more a two for what is happening in Burkina and what is happening in Ghana. Actually, I say Burkina Faso, I had Daniel Ibrahim Traore or Sinto, Mebwa. I don't know any. But the rate at which
say migrant as a refugees are Umukruman, Umudos of Burkina.
oh, no, because I Sinto. Yeah, but Mr. Sinto, but to share generally how he has started and how he's going on. On your Rabofo. On your Rabofo. But we are even in a position. Say, Betty, my come, mana, broswa, and say, Burkina Bay for Crano. They move back. Huh? Now to now, you're the jelly free Burkina, you're the tomatoes free Burkina. Yeah, you're position yourself with good leadership. With good leadership. So, engineers and planners, strictly speaking, I'm speaking for myself. Maybe more from Swa. That is my view. Mekikasi anymore, me from Swa. Engineers and planners. But my good friend Ibrahim and his company are suffering.
To me, my from so you say want to me from so Ibrahim so.
No, me can't say want to me from so.
And you won't protect to me so.
I can't say want to me from so.
Okay.
Me can't. Because me knowledgeable say want to me call quiet no one. Now say lie no the man can man call quiet no one. How do you blame Utri? But no. Your politics, can be politics and it's not the best. No, we are Appleton. Rollins are Appleton. Hey boy, Ada that rich boy or Akraya and Cranino. Ada so no started first. Salt factory. Appleton. Madam. It was Appleton who started it in the 70s. But when John Rollins came in 1981, 82, was and brought to the end Appleton. So you're transferring your reversity son name away in you. Which is a bad way. So a law was passed into, I think 1982-83. Jerry John Rollins seizing the Songo Salt Mining Company. Songo, almost is here. People who are doing that in MPP, no, I onim MPP abakosam no.
Yes, Adian.
No be sure Papaye.
Council of Elders is here. National Council meeting.
The first to one.
Oberfeld who found the member. Only bad number percent.
Bebrenim say, Kona your friend no, UP no ye, Frefrekobo. It was a conglomeration of political parties. Then in October 1958, Omokambo Wahu, Omokambo no friend UP. And predominantly it was the Sirimfo. Sirimfo no will be the Mampurusi, the Dagomba, the Dagate, the Wala, the Sisala, the Gas, and the Evans. So as a historian, you can just say Kanokrepa as a tradition group of Ghana, ethnic group of Ghana, they own MPP. Like I said, the accounts no contribution. They cannot influence you on it. David.
But I say, yeah, for the last 20 minutes, no Ingram will be not.
About one.
And who was some videos?
It was quite unfortunate. Quite unfortunate. But you see, answer na umbekono na me dilemma because me mbo madwene ne say when the party general secretary say young kono na isen ko bi adi so
and he communicated a decision by neck.
Yeah.
No nadwene. No to me.
Yeah.
Neck na Asia. Yeah. And a neck say young ko. And on obekwa amane say party in position.
Say young ko.
And you defied.
No, so you see, it is a party. The definition of a political party. The definition of a political party is so you can say definition political party and me. Political party me a dear a nipa be never can be one boom. Nibe wo GTAP. Nibe nyina be pese political power no benya. Ene ne be frɛ no political party. Ofano Aristotelian definition of political party. Thomas Aquinas definition of political party. Michael Quay definition of a political party. Now, party no neck speaking through the general secretary young co. Me mo madwene mu na ese nka ye bia respect sa. Me mo madwene mu. Some people kura ko na akua free no wene ye kura. Nka me dia anya me de. Because you see, it's a political party. And we cannot be seen as present divergent views. Look, a year, I'm saying, because 19 July, na year call, as a Nana, okay.
Yeah, and now what you send it.
Now you send it. I don't know. Once I mean, some of the call one, I'm obeying Waha.
You know,
into Miami program.
Yeah,
you're good. Me beka say ye beko akohia na yakọ approve na yato primaries no presidential first no ye abua kwa ni ote afari ni ote nkawe ni obofo krom ni owa dantia ni owa abronye ni owa asuofri ni owa bi atupi Sana me dem adwene ye me. Now, wo hwa ne me ka no party na mfa. Ye be kwa hia de chi ekura party no onfa. What I say. And yet, and say me madwene ni say ntino. Se party na mfa. E say me so se bere be ye si amre menye. No. It doesn't make sense. You don't go show 19 for the crown, may ye campaign Montiasia, the Babatono, Ebia Mania make a benfa. I am bound by that decision. That is how politics, yeah. In fact, in religion, the same thing. We SDA for Abeshamini. One casa, we are Obaqua Diason. Ola, Crantia Hinano, Ayode, into the Oberi Crantian and Sobaqua SDA. We don't do that. So, party the case of Kumano, and I said, no, queer free, no cano. But what is happening?
And that is where I got disappointed in Dr. Brian Champon, Dr. Baumia, Urakin de Japon, party CM. Ababa one is Obeko. Mosoreya.
Na munya no man.
Where's my
But is it fair
encouraging her
to go
to disobey the party's position?
Just because Mubaba be contest France in tea.
What is this?
What is the logic in that? Obiri Boahen kokasa be Obiri Boahen.
What is this?
Obiri Boahen kokasa.
Next meeting what you go be?
Na setio won.
Ababa one is my minister ontia. Now so di rechi.
Na neck meeting.
What was a wintie the
party? Neck meeting kura wonti ho bia general secretary
akasa. We should respect authority in the party.
No,
the party say we are class we are why. When say he is an authority in the party. Man ko say about tuaba no be lose no be free one. He is the general secretary
of the party.
The position of
the party. Oh, boy and we should condemn it. And this is for and yet, let's be very honest. And this is for Nanyani cry. We shall send no more how come simple. Look at that. Any MPP Nanocha Batacarino. Lloyd. It was quite serious and quite terrible. But if we have stood firm, so let that.
Because I want to believe says a party yes here, maybe I can bet my prepare here. You could have stopped some of these things.
Well, and this you go. Yes, you know. Ablekumano, a rehearsal for Ayakotia. I know, and this.
I also know your party never call Amias Akobuya.
Yeah. I know NDC. NDC was formed in July 1992. Minimum NDC. Near former MPP in later part of July or August. And like Mami Chair Rosemary Kwam, one of the pillars of the new patriotic party. So, any Obaya Tema, so you see, those are the pillars in the MPP, Rosemary Kwam, Obaya, Hajia Fati, and the rest. Will tell you what we have gone through. Hajia Fati, the 1996. One more bonoa manage to point the name so do. Yeah, Hajia Fati. Now, MPP, ba power noa, one shene chita for ni yeno, a year did dija, and you do for the person in Kumyan. And then I go for some way. Because how should a party like MPP, invincible data force of 4, and a boy, Emma MPP 2016, 2017, and your policy 4, and your soldier 4, they gave us the much needed protection.
And now, that's a phone or party.
But does it make sense? Does it make sense?
What is the point that if you incite this Delta force, invisible forces, no, against party people who say, Omuntino, I want to authority.
When I was the deputy general secretary, Delta force and invincible force, massive.
How are you coming at that from Sanu? Just look at this. The former minister of state in Pony is in Amanda.
Not that and a party, Tamandi MPP, this are law, but MPP, why are you behaving like in Kramkara? Oh, say I'm banning data force, the banning invisible. Oh, I'm with the NDC. Look, Okamwenchia, that be a madam for NDC, me by a friend Jango. I am madam for power. Django is very strong in NDC. Just give Django the assignment. Say Django recruit to Nipabra. Django will do it. But to come in here, why they could who can Django? Ah, why they who can Django? But MPP in power and motivation paying now the mark there. NDC in opposition or my Django motivation. NDC in power or my Django motivation. Madam for Pani Django or from offer. And therefore, a black woman, the anwa eba we should condemn it. The my MPP in so or Mako, fine, I couldn't go sumunaso. No go sumunaso, Nancy Bibi Kuchano.
Police station back where you can count more than 50 policemen armed. Policemen.
Not yabo, mommy.
These things could happen.
Ah, now do you trust the police? Because this is for nobody. Django no ba, yo. Huh? Wamo ba he, wamo shombata karinsia. Beche no. Yeah, oyinba. Ne ba chia chenisi. Chia. Bari na kora, ne jemba kari na ba kai. Ube jani.
And I am on pictures maybe.
But you know, the MPP, if we are being honest and sincere to ourselves, can easily mobilize and get these boys. But anything I make us a pulling me and to a bunny near my pulling station executive. Because come to my cemetery school. Now you have to back with Bobo. Because Bobo no man sang. Because Bobo no dot. But we actually because Bobo you well built no one. Okwa bronya. Quadges ya well built. Quadges ya well built no. Quadges can protect the valuables. But you have a situation, sir. Because you bobo no more, atajo pass no more, opere no more, obi ani mo hwe. No bi na kwate na baby, but I police station elections awie. No ba kwatwa twini diribi. So we are na aboye. Kuro be hu, baha be hu. Na niomia so bete ne kankane. So we are na aboye MPP. O kan akra na wo mfa.
How could you?
Aye. So we are na aboye MPP. O kan akra na ya datu aba me Obiri Boahen. Me dia
Floyd na member be 6.
Africa for Africans. Hey, look at this.
Nipa baako.
Hey, one baako na ohye soja for. Hey, awa bo abotiri no. Mama betina ha, hwe nanim. Wa hu hwe nanim. Onya clear picture no. Ba wo beda na wakochi abema we. Who bondok we, abema wo beda na wakochi no.
That is deputy organizer. People 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Actually, crabin cross and the bone of and I can tell you this NDC boys here way. MPP equally you can get. But NDC for no I shall mama. What you about?
Emma, you incite you against some people say when I'm wow, when I'm few, when I'm
you say your party officer no. Now you're invincible and
when it's about ourselves, and I know I hear regional elections. I will study you. Yeah, Delta Force where you TI. And when it's against the NDC, we can't see them.
And no, only a time came back. No one more me petrol. Yeah. What can't buy me petrol, Delta Force and invincible. Because me know Amushia, me know Amukasa, I recognize them, I accept them, I sit down with them, I do I say, hey, because I have done na bati say ya, big no be say. Unkroma no ba ku ya fa no unkroma. Unkroma no, unkroma obe twan, unkroma. Acho be we bodyguard, 17 bodyguard. What I say, unkroma ne nua ba ku no mensa. Mention they take care of me in Accra. Oh, my men, trustworthy. They don't drink. Reliable. I didn't. Yeah. No one call law. Upper Data Force. One call law. One go invisible. But who will come and protect you? Yeah, but two Bamra Munfa Soja Fomro. Munfa Soja Fomro. Munfa Soja for Yanumay. Munfa Soja Fomro. Bero Munya Kwano. on the same on the Yedi young man been to a better on the number of on the yeah. As a man, no crown, I'm not bitter. I am not worried. I am interested in the MPP. Move for more. That was when NDC was in opposition. And now NDC coming to power in 2028. Can you imagine what will happen? Namun Shenyans say, young polling stations in young Kotuaba. Because local polling stations in no Kotuaba. Ubanyam Bashuru, our polling station bia. Bashuru, a bay polling station executive for Betuabano. Bashuru protect a ballot box, the polling station. Because Yabo will protect a polling station. Kwade will protect a polling station. Unya boys, and I just say, I have a trouble. Moko Fay. Utufa or Mumfa. Oh, people from Fat. Mumfa Soja from Mamuda Soja Forma. Oh, many, oh, Mampenini, oh, Nabadi Chile, Interior Minister, National Security, Minister for Defense. Niameka Nina, Basum say, I'm quite siasem. Niameka Nina, but Betcha, but make I'm quite siasem. I think in Baba Jamal, I think it was 208. Was it 208? Akwetiano. Yakoyeno. Oheninto and we
Mutabamba.
Bakono. Akwapim ya obeye minister. General Secretary Damboki. And this is for no asoja for no post for.
I want to show him it awesome.
I'm there. And this is for see you. Oh no, you pulling agent. I know you pulling agent, you know. I'm saying this for see why you pulling agent to the Soroko. Frako. And when the opportunity number, then NDC threatening you say Mondays band invisible and data force. Not Tamale.
Me, we are looking to be about half of being 2 minutes. Say at twice society now.
Not Tamale. I know a lot of our boys in Wa. Oko Bolaga, your friend, all die.
Yeah.
Unibuano.
Yeah.
All die. Adia pa and can set to Shiben Adiama or man just Bolaga constituencies in Inano. Man of boys, no.
So how do we get them back?
Oh, Madam Emiama, no.
I know yes, idea.
I don't think I will involve myself in some of these things.
A department.
Oh, but now me too follow by fire.
It won't do for you.
I am into you. Go out to follow by post about because I've been for soldier from Rabeda soldier for by. No one can have my inspector general of police.
I can't
say you have a president, you have a vice, you are minister for national security. Inspector general of police is under the minister of interior. And the minister of interior think that come pardon. Oh no honey. Say soldier from P. Minister for defense. Omufatu. Now what you can't say we am a minister for interior.
And the same IGP tells you that you are too about provide this security. Am I in your coalition?
And so we are not prepared. Or prepare ground or not for the IGP. And I be real. Though people from paying for no Minister for Defense. Me and Nana Obiri Boahen Minister for Defense. I will just make sure say every police station in Ghana you be assigned to get. President Okache no say that I have resigned. Me Obiri Boahen Minister for Interior. Me Kofi Boahen. So me na me a full minister. And I say look, you're the well built, well armed policemen, heavily armed. Beko. Now IGP. And can I resign? And can I sack the IGP? And people know they it's not lost. I wish them well. I say, it's not lost. I wish them well. I'll go on. We are there about me. So I'll go on with that. But I think that they should learn a lesson. 2022 or 2023, when we are elections in Ghana. Police station be any one of my 2018 when we are elections in Ghana. Because Azan, a pobo, a didija, person kumya, a do for the pet, chrono pop, yanabia, nanti 20. One year the property. Tamale, mama pa, na wupe wa mo tamale. Tamale, boku, wale, the same Laura. Efa. Nkentampo kura. Nkranza. Tachimai. Wenchi.
Say yen to say about one. I have patapa, no wow patapa, and what's wrong. And that you have your way.
Nasasana Obajatu. It has been an existing system. And that was why I was cautioning them.
I am restricting myself tomorrow. When BBC NASA are software in National Police Council, so called one in democracy.
Oh,
Ebekabia.
Me, Roman, suffered Roman bishop. They marched from the cathedral in Accra to the Jubilee House. So much in a galamsey as some Nana Obiri. Now you can hold the well-known demonstrator in Ghana. PNC, you know. Mona no can. Catholic priest now they telling me say galamsey na aircraft say Western region no, any Western North no. Any license now yadema amount from to mine. Catholic priests are they telling me say they are not aware or they are not been reading. Matthew Jamfi cannot tell me that. Because I know say because he's an avid reader or can carry power. I saw from one more hifa. I saw from one hifa. And gramophone one hifa.